That would be me. I am Solaris. Really, my name is Josh, but you're going to get to know me as Solaris. On the forums, that's probably how I'll introduce myself on all my videos. So, who am I? You've seen me a couple times already on some of the All Tower videos, talking about the game that we're working on, which, by the way, is still in development, but this is about me. Let's see, a little bit about me. I'm 30 years old currently, as of late 2012. Oh, wow, I'm a little older than that, actually. Shows how much I know, right? I'm actually 31. I currently live in Ohio, originally from California. Had a brief pit stop in Missouri, which is where All Tower is actually based. For my regular job, I am a dish installer. That is my day job, but I would like that day job to become working for All Tower Games. We want to make All Tower from a small indie company of just a couple of guys to a large gaming corporation, hopefully someday. That's the plan. So again, back to who am I? I love to write. How I got involved with All Tower Games, I knew one of the other members, someone you haven't heard about yet. His name is Matt. You'll get to probably know him as either Matt or Opacian. He'll go by Opacian on the forums for sure. Worked with him in Missouri and got to know him. He saw some of my writing, liked what he saw, but that didn't lead me directly into All Tower Media. He started showing me some of the stuff that they started, him and his friend, which you've met, Derek. You'll get to know him as Kato on the forums. A world they've created called Ryzen. Now, Ryzen is where everything started. It's a world that's collided with another world, so it's actually two worlds in one. It's a little too complicated to get into at the moment, but it's very fascinating. I was intrigued. Big fan of Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, stuff like that. I felt that their background had just as much detail. They had so much mythology, so much history, that this was a living and breathing world on its own, and they've done such a great job. They've been working on it for over 10 years. I wanted to be a part of it, but I still hadn't started to being a part of it just then. I had met Derek one time through a group D&D session. A little bit of Ryzen was passed back and forth because it had flares in our game at the time, but again, not much decided upon. I ended up moving to Ohio after that. Derek hit me up for a small part of Ryzen that he was working on, and he wanted to see how it kind of played out. He was starting messing with the video game concept. Well, I had been working in Neverwinter Nights. It's a Dungeons and Dragons put together by BioWare. They have a very nice map editor. It allows you to create campaigns and stuff. I'd been messing with that for several years since it had come out, and I said, well, let me take a look at it. He gave me what he had, and I rewrote most of it, but I took the same story that he put together and just rewrote the dialogue, rewrote the quests, and gave it back to him in Neverwinter. He was very impressed with what I did. I'm still not impressed with what I did. I threw it together in just a few minutes, but he was very happy. So I've spent more time with him after that, working with that, and that's where we've gotten to today. Since then, we have grown and expanded as far as our ideas, started developing our own software, and have now moved into pushing out hopefully a great game for you guys. And that's how I became the writer for All Tower Media, was just that simple little quest line I wrote out for him. So, in addition to the games, I also plan on writing books and short stories as well. So is Opacian. He's actually working on finishing his first book. I have a short story already published. If you want to check it out, go to booktango.com. You should also be able to find it on most of your ebook retailers, like if you have a Nook or Kindle. You can either search my name, Joshua Jones, which will probably return thousands of books because I might as well be called Bill Smith. But you want to look for On the Other Side by Josh Jones. It's about a guy who ends up in a coma after an accident and has some really weird experiences. I don't want to give too much away because the more I describe the book, the more it gives away. It's better if you just read it. Even though it happens on Earth, it actually takes place in the Alltower universe. You won't have any mention of Ryzen, but the more you read our stories, the more you'll see the connections between our books, whether it happens here on Earth or in Ryzen or wherever. It's all within our Alltower universe. So, if you guys have any questions about who I am, if you have any questions for me as far as what I do or suggestions for me, hit me up. I'm very open to suggestions. I'm very open to getting back with you guys. I want to know what you guys' thoughts are. Never be afraid to hit me up on the forums. Again, Solaris at alltowermedia.com is my email. You can actually scratch that. Solaris is on the forums. It's Josh at alltowermedia.com, unless otherwise posted. That may change. But it's nice meeting all of you officially.